afternoon, all of you. Now, today's we are going to discuss about DDA line drawing algorithm. DDA stands for Digital Differential Analyzer. So, what yesterday we have done? Yesterday we have practiced the two programs. So, what are the two programs for that? So that we have simple draw the line. So, line that we have drawn by using the inbuilt function that you have considered as an inbuilt function line, and there you have passed a 4 parameter. That is x1, y1, x2, y2, means starting point of the line and ending point of the line. Then again we have discussed about a put pixel, is it? So put pixel, so that we are going to print the pixel, that is the point on the screen with the color. So what are the parameters you have to pass there? That's 3 parameters. So first 2 parameter is their coordinates, that is x, y coordinates, and the last parameter, third one, is the color. Now again another program we have discussed about how we are going to draw the polygon by using 2-dimensional array, because of some of the students having a problem that what is by array, and this is one of the application. So all the applications of your C++ language in graphics, so you can use in the graphics. Also that application of mathematics in the graphics. So this is one type of the application of 2-dimensional array. By using 2-dimensional array, we are going to store what? The 2-dimensional array, all the points. So that's I have considered the P of 10, 2. So 10 to indicates 10 first, the number of rows, and 2 indicates number of the columns. Now proceed for how we are going to draw the line by using any algorithm. Okay. So here the algorithm is for what? Digital Differential Analyzer. So this is nothing but the DDA algorithm. Okay. So why this algorithm? So name DDA because of you are going to calculate here difference. Now just I am showing one line over here. Okay. So this is the one of the line. So that line you can draw like this. Why? Because of here your x-axis, the horizontal x-axis on the top, and in the vertical y-axis. Now any point, suppose I have considered any point on this line. So first of all, I have considered as the point P1. Okay. So P1 having coordinate, suppose x1, y1 is my input value that you have to read, and P2 value you have to read for x2, y2. So these are my input values. Got it? So this value you can read by using your keyboard by user, or you can define it. X1, y1, x2, y2 define means x1 you have to use as an integer, and that integer you have to define it. X1 is equal to suppose 10, y1 is equal to 10, x2 is equal to 100, y2 is equal to 100. So that's the line we're going to draw. Now what this DDA algorithm said, so this value you have to read and find the length. Find the length of this line. Suppose I am going to find the length of the line L. L is nothing but my length of the line. Suppose I have put the capital L as in length from P1 to P2. Okay. So by Pythagoras theorem in geometry, what is the how we are going to find out the length of the line by using a Pythagoras theorem? Here you have to consider in Pythagoras theorem in square root in bracket y2 minus y1 square plus x2 minus x1 square by using a Pythagoras theorem. But here what is the length? They have said you have to first calculate dx and dy. Okay. Here they have said you have to calculate for dx and dy. How you can calculate dx and dy? So dx is equals to x2 minus x1. Okay. And dy is equal to what? y2 minus y1. These things you have to calculate. And if dx is greater than dy, okay, if dx is greater than dy, that time you have to consider length. This is suppose I have considered capital L, length as in dx, else length as in dy. Got it? Means once any line or anything you are going to calculate from P1 to P2, so you must going to put the point from P1 to P2, one point, and that point is nothing but a pixel. So how many pixels you are going to put? So by using this length. Okay. So what is the length over here? So first, already the user enter x1, y1, x2, y2. That you have to subtract x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1. Okay. Once you have got it, then if that dx, whatever may be the value of dx, is greater than dy, that time length is equals to dx, and else suppose dx is not greater than that, so dx is not greater than dy, dy is greater than dx, so that time length is equals to dy. So what this algorithm said, so this is my step one. Suppose I'm going to put in the steps. So this is my step one. So step one, how can I say? Read. Step one, read your P1 point. So what is x1, comma y1? This point you have to read. Okay. And P2 point. Okay. x2, comma y2. These 2 points you have to read. Okay. Step one. And then step two, because of unless and until you are not reading the points, you are not going to calculate the dx dy. So step 2 is what? You have to calculate dx dy. Okay. So once you calculate dx and dy value, so what you can calculate then? Length. That is your step 3. So this is the algorithm you can say. Okay. So what I have done, just first of all read the point. Okay. X1, y1, x2, y2. Then I have started the dx dy. Then I have compared dx is equals to dx is greater than dy. So that time length is equals to dx. Otherwise length is equals to dy. Now I need to add some value in x1, y1 to reach from x1, y1 to x2, y2. So that's why you have to calculate here x increment. So that I have considered one inc. Okay. You may consider any xi. That is one of the variable you can consider. So this is our step number 4. In step number 4, what you can do, calculate x increment. But how you can calculate x increment? That is x2 minus x1 divided by length. And y increment, how you can calculate the y increment? y2 minus y1 divided by length. Understood? Everybody understood this first 4 steps? Okay. Once you have calculated this x increment, y increment, now you need to put the point from x1, y1 to x2, y2. So step 4, go to the step 5 then. For consider any loop, I is equals to 0, suppose I less than is equals to suppose L, okay, I plus plus. Means my initialization condition and an increment. Okay, so here what you can do, starting your curly bracket, put pixel, what the value? Your x1, y1. So what's my x1, y1? That is my initial point x1, y1. And what in the put pixel, how many parameter can pass? 3 parameter, x1, y1 point and the color 15. So here either you have to write in the digit 15 or in the alphabet in capital you have to write the white. Okay. Suppose you want any different color. Suppose I don't need the white color, I need the blue color. So that time you have to write in the capital letter blue. Now, so I am writing here 15. So that 15 indicates white color. So what is the next step? Once you have put pixel, then what you can do, that again you have to start add the value with x1. So x1 is equals to x1 plus x increment. Okay. And y1 is equals to y1 plus y increment. So that increment value, whatever the fractional value, that you have to add in x increment, y increment, and close your for loop. Okay. Once you have completed, so step 6, that I can say stop. So it's a simple algorithm. Okay. So this algorithm, not using any inbuilt function line, but this algorithm will draw the line. Understood? Is there any question? Yes, Abhishek? Okay. Now, then this, once you understood this algorithm, so how are you going to convert this algorithm as a program? Because of whatever maybe the things that you are learning, so that's in the programming way you have to apply it. You have to apply somewhere. So that applications of this algorithm as a program. So how can proceed? Just I'm going to share the screen for our DOSBox screen. So there you can implement the program. Is it visible to all, dear student? Now, so that algorithm already you have learned that you can apply as a program. So here I am writing DDA. The small letter I have to write line drawing program, suppose, or only line drawing program you can show. So or you are going to put on the axis or the axis coordinate. So we are going to convert this on your axis. So that's why I'm writing axis coordinate. So first of all, simple program, and that I'm going to convert on the axis. So user can enter the negative value also, but you are the programmer. So that programmer can draw the any kind of line. Means that may be the negative in the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, or fourth quadrant. Now, show this program as an DDA CG 1.cpp suppose. So here, first of all, include which file? iostream.h. Include then second you have to include is what? graphics.h. Now hash include. Third I am including is what? conio.h. Already you have already done this 2-3 times, and then I am repeating again. Okay. Now here you have to do one math.h. Suppose I am going to round that value, absolute value. Math.h. Okay. Now you have to start with the function. So I am starting the main function with void main. Okay. In a void main, you have to type int gd is equal to detect. So what? That will detect graphics driver GM. Then you have to go for the float value. Suppose I am decreasing as a float. Okay. Here x1, y1, x2, y2. So why I am using the float value? Because of I need to put here division, and division is in a fractional. So that's why the float data types. Integer data types means decimals value. Okay. Now here I am using dx, comma dy. Okay. Then x increment and y increment. So first of all, you have to decide the variable, or after completion program you can add the variable, no problem. And in the integer I have put, suppose I as an integer and length. Length I have considered. Okay. Now once you use this as an variable, so go for init graph. So init graph, what are the parameters you can pass? Here and gd, okay, and gd and gm. Okay. In the two path you have to go for what? C colon here in C column, turbo C3 BGI. BGI stand for Borderline Graphics Interface. Now, this is my initializer graphics. Now, I have to read that enter the point P1, X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Okay. So just I have enter the value of P1, what is X1, Y1, and P2 is what X2, Y2. So that value you can read. C in. So where you can store here X1, okay, Y1, X2, and Y2. So that's your starting point and ending point of the line. Now, what you can do? Start your algorithm. So what the algorithm said, that you have to find out the dx and dy first. So dx is equals to what? I am going to say here absolute x2 minus x1, and dy is equals to absolute y2 minus y1. Why I am writing absolute value? That's written a round value. Okay, that will be written the round value. So once you calculate dx dy, then what? You have to calculate the length if dx is greater than dy, or you may say greater than or equals to dy. Okay. So that time the length is equals to what? Length is equals to dx. Else length is equals to dy. Everybody understood? Because of that, I am converting that algorithm in a program. Now, once you have calculated dx dy and then length, then you need to calculate what? X increment, y increment. So x increment is equals to what? X2 minus x1 divided by length. Okay, and y increment is what? In y2 minus y1 divided by length. Okay, so that is the increment value that you have calculated. Now go for the for loop then. For I is equals to 0, I less than is equals to length, because of you have to calculate up to the length. That is my condition. Then I plus plus. Put pixel. Use here put pixel. That one by one pixel you have to put x1 comma y1. Here we write the 15. Then x1 is equals to x1 plus x increment, and y1 is equals to y1 plus y increment. Got it? So this is the increment value. You may write in the single line also, or one by one line. So this is why complete the for loop. Then I want to take one character get ch and close graph and close your main function. Okay. So I want to save this program. Yes. So compile this. So if there are any error, so that will be show the error. So right now there is no error and the warning also 0. So go for the run, execute the program. So see, enter the value of P1 x1 y1 and P2 x2 y2. So I am entering my value is suppose that's 50 50 and 100 100. Okay, 50 50 and 100 100. So that's my x1 y1 50 50. So don't put the comma in between. Just you have to put the space bar. Okay? So that line should be drawn. So I am not using any inbuilt function here. Just I am using inbuilt function put pixel. But that should be draw the line. Okay. So the slope of this line, is 1. Okay. Suppose the slope of the line I need that is less than 1, okay, or greater than 1. So you have to vary the coordinates. So compile, and again I am going to run this. So same coordinates are, you suppose 50 50 and next 90. Okay, 90 and 100. See, so little bit slight different this line. Okay, I am using 90 100. Okay, so that is my ending point. So that line should be little bit vary. So likewise you can consider that lines maybe, suppose here 50 50, I have used the 90 100, so you may go for the 50 50 100 80. Okay, so that slope may be vary 100 70, suppose. Okay, see the line is going to some incline, so that exactly, suppose 50 50 100 100, slope is exactly 1. Okay, that slope may be vary greater than 1 or less than 1. So all the types of line you must going to draw, but this is by using your, what is the origin, your screen origin, means your monitor origin. But suppose I have entered here minus value, okay, any minus value, so that minus value is not going to draw over here right now, because of I have not divided the screen into 4 quadrant. So user only in this program enter the positive value. Okay, positive value means that's a plus values, not negative value. But suppose user enter the negative value, so line should not be drawn over here. So how can convert this on the axis? Okay, so in the next, just you have to use the same link. By using the same link, I am again explaining how you are going to draw this line by using minus minus. So just we have try first for minus value. Suppose I have used the minus 50, minus 30, minus 100 and minus 10. Okay, so line should not be going to draw because there is no minus value. Okay, so you have to log in again, because only the 2 minutes remaining. You have to log in again with the same link. Okay, so just time stop the sharing. So that same program we have to cover on axis. So I will take the attendance in our next login. So now start on the axis. How we are going to use this on the axis? Just to previous, we have started this simple by using a positive value. Okay. So user having a restriction, the user having a restriction that must be enter a positive value only. But suppose the user enter a negative value, so that time this program is not working. So for that you have to consider there about x mid, y mid, x max, y max. Now I have started using the variable. Suppose I have start from this. I am using x max, y max, x mid, okay, y mid. Okay. So this is my x max, y max maximum value, and x mid, y mid, that is my new. Yes. Now go for here. You have to consider the x max, y max first. So I am using the x max is equals to get max x. Yesterday I have explained x max return, which return value 640. Okay, and second y max. Okay, here get max y. So y max return 480 is your maximum value of y axis. Now what is the x mid, y mid then? X mid become x max divided by 2 and y mid become y max divided by 2. Understood? So this is my new origin. Now then you can draw the lines over here. Okay. So the line you can draw directly, so user can understood. So they must be enter a positive value or the negative value. So I am using the line function for my x-axis. So I can draw the x-axis by using a line. So 0, okay, first of all the 0, and go for your x direction. So that will become my what is y mid, okay, that you have considered y mid, then x max, y mid. Everybody understood? So this is my x-axis. Now line, go for your y direction, that is my second x mid, okay, 0, then x mid, y max. This is on y axis. Now once you are done this x axis, y axis, okay, so that should be draw first x axis, y axis, and then they enter the value of p1, x1, y1, x2, y2. Now user can enter x1, y1, x2, y2 value for the line. Now that point you have to convert. This point you have to convert to what? As per your x mid, y mid. So x1 is equals to x1. I am just adding your x mid plus x1, okay, and y1 is equals to what? Y mid minus y1. Then x2 is equals to what? X mid plus x2, and y2 is what? Y2 is equals to y mid minus y2. So these are the points you have convert as per your origin. But user can enter the point as per general, means they can enter minus 10, minus 10, minus 100, minus 100. But you have to convert that point as per your new origin x mid, y mid. And here I have already told you that you have to add x mid in the x1 and x2, and y mid you have to subtract y mid, okay. So y1 you have to subtract from y mid, okay. Y2 again you have to subtract from y mid, because of y where you are putting in the minus, and x you have to put in the plus. So this is the only little modification you have to perform when you are going to implement on x-axis or y-axis. Now save this program. Now compile this, okay, then execute it. See, so the user can understand, yes, this is the quadrant. So the user having a freedom that they can enter minus 10 value also. Suppose I am using minus 50, okay, 80, okay, and minus 90. Because of I can enter any value, okay. Suppose I have entered minus, so that is my in third quadrant, okay, plus minus, okay. So that is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, any quadrant they can put. So see, the value become minus is minus 50 in third quadrant, and 80 minus 90 it become in fourth quadrant. So this is the variations you can perform. So user having that much freedom. But here, suppose I need to change the color of the line. So what is the modification you are going to perform in this algorithm then? Can anybody tell? Just turn on your mic on. Ganesh? Gaurav? Nikhil? Turn on your mic on. That I am asking one question. But what is that function? Nikhil, yeah, turn on the mic and tell me. So all should be Understood? Yes.
Sir, we can use set color function and set color for the line.
Okay. Set color function before put pixel. Whenever you are going to put the pixel, so before that you have to use set color. So just I am going to modify with the set color. Okay. Now just you have to go over here and then modify. So you can enjoy the colors also. So I don't know what is the value of the color for which one, yellow. Okay, but I know the names in an alphabet. So you may write in the alphabet also, or you may write in a value. So before put pixel, this is the one loop. So I have to use here set color. So set color. Okay. In suppose I have put the any color, but I don't know the value, and that I have put suppose in alphabet yellow color. That I have to save. Okay. Then compile. Then execute. Now I need again minus 50, minus 50. This is again in the third quadrant, but from the third quadrant to I need in a first quadrant. So here 70 minus 90 or 120, 123 suppose, because I can take any value, okay? Because of that much having a freedom. Sorry, this is become in a same third to fourth quadrant. Minus 50, minus 50. So here I have to enter 80 minus 90. Sorry, that's minus first value. No? Okay. Minus 50, minus 50, minus suppose 80, and 1, 2, 3. See, the line is going to appear in a third quadrant to the second quadrant, but that is the yellow color. So it's not visible to you that the yellow color, just I have to put the blue color suppose. Set color blue. So that blue color is visible to you there. So compile, okay, then execute. Minus 50, minus 50, then minus 70, 1, 2. So you are not going to change the color. Why? What is the problem? Can anybody tell me? Why they are not going to change?
Sir, save nahi gela.
क्यों नहीं किया है? We have already saved it. We have already saved it. Again we modify and again save suppose. Minus 50, minus 50, minus 80 suppose there, and 1, 2, 3. What is the problem? Can anybody tell me? Okay. Correct. Good, good. Just turn on the mic on. Who has put in the chat box right now? Anant?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is the problem?
That we have written 15
Correct,
There
correct.
in pixel.
Yes, yes. So this is the good concentration that you are doing. So here in the set color is not the applicable for this put pixel. In a put pixel, you have to consider this should be blue. Okay. Suppose you have considered this is the blue, then only you are going to able to draw a blue color line. Okay. So whenever you are going to pass, all of you listen here. Whenever you are going to pass any color, okay, so that color is applicable for the line. Okay. But for the put pixel, you have defined that put pixel which color you want. So in a put pixel also you have to provide that value. So here set color is not going to applicable. But our yesterday program, what's in our yesterday program, that should be applicable because of you are using simple line. In yesterday program you are not using when you are going to draw the polygon, that time simple line function you are using. So in the line function, what are the parameter x1, y1, x2, y2? So whatever is the color previously that you are defined by using a set color, that consider that set color as in blue, and that you are going to draw that blue color line there. But here in a put pixel, you have to define as a third parameter as in color. So now this program is going to run, and that shows our blue color line. So I am going to comment that set color function. Okay. So -50, -50, so 80. Okay. So that suppose I have the -80 and 1, 2, 3. See, the line should be in the blue color. Understood? Everybody understood? Is there any question? Yes? Now, this is the way that you can implement the program. So that I'm going to circulate the program also and the video link also. So you have to execute this, okay, and upload the image. Output image only you can upload on our Moodle. So I can understand how many students are executing this program. Now, in the morning, I have circulated that our how we are going to install Magic DOS box PDF file. So yeah, those not having a laptop or the desktop, you have install this Magic DOS box on your mobile. Yes, because I have used the simple steps there from Play Store. I am to type the Magic DOS box and install, and then comes to this C++. Everybody listening it? So those are not having a laptop or the desktop, they have installed it Magic DOS on mobile. So those are not installed, they have to install it, okay, and execute these simple programs. Taking the attendance.